My girlfriend not only cheated on me, but also let her lover stay in my apartment, brazenly carrying on right under my nose. She even created a group chat for the three of us named Happy Family. I'd been waiting on them hand and foot, never imagining they'd stoop so low. My girlfriend, Emily Carter, is a flight attendant, 5 feet 7 inches tall, 121 pounds, stunning looks and a killer figure. In her uniform, those long legs, narrow waist, and curves are impossible to miss. We moved in together after just 2 months of dating. After 2 years single, I was head over heels, wanting to spend every minute with her. But I had no idea this would be the start of my nightmare. One Friday night, I came home from work and froze at the door. Emily was sprawled on the couch with a strange man, a shirtless guy named Michael, her head on his lap, their bodies way too close. My heart raced, blood pounding in my head. I clenched my fists and charged over. Before I could swing, Emily jumped up and grabbed me. "Stop. This is my brother," she said. "Your brother?" "Hey man, I'm Michael," he smirked. "Nice to meet you, bro." He was good-looking, just like Emily, 6 feet 1 inch, ripped, with a six-pack that could rival Chris Hemsworth's. As a guy, I'll admit I felt a twinge of jealousy. "Emily, why didn't you tell me your brother was coming?" I asked, pulling her close like I needed to claim her. "He didn't tell me either. Just showed up out of nowhere," she snapped, shooting him a glare. Michael just laughed. Seemed like a misunderstanding for now. He looked around the apartment. "Heard from M, this place is yours? Not huge, but pricey for NYC, right? About $500,000 for 650 square feet. It was just me before," I said, squeezing Emily. "But we'll upgrade soon." Thanks to the digital media boom, my startup with Buddy Jake had done well. I played it cool, but I wanted him to know I was stable, plus a little PDA never hurt. "Gonna change clothes, then take you guys out for a nice dinner." I headed to the bedroom, but after 2 steps, something felt off. I turned back. Emily was kneeling by the door, organizing my shoes, wearing nothing but a white t-shirt that barely covered her butt. One wrong move, and she'd be flashing US. Then I saw Michael, staring at her, smirking like a creep. "That's it. Emily, come here a second." "What's wrong?" She stood up, and yeah, no bra under that shirt. "Seriously? You're dressed like this in front of your brother? You were bending over, practically exposing yourself. And he's over there eye-fucking you. Michael's my brother." "Stop being so gross," she snapped, yanking her arm away. "I get he's family, but he's a grown man. There's a thing called boundaries. You're an only child, you don't get sibling bonds. We're family. Blood is thicker than water." I had no comeback. Maybe she was right? They'd grown up together. Maybe they didn't think twice about stuff like this. But still, something felt off. Our first meeting left a bad taste. And the more they interacted, the worse it got. They were all over each other, play fighting, hugging, cuddling on the couch every night while I tried to sleep. Felt like I was the third wheel in my own home. And after every shower, Michael would help dry her hair, shirtless, running his hands through her hair while she sat in a towel. Hot guy, hot girl, but God, it was nauseating. He'd smirk at me like, "Yeah, she's mine." He followed her everywhere, eating, shopping, gym, TV. Only thing missing was sharing a bed. Wait, actually, had they slept together when I was business? No, that's crazy. Right? I tried to talk to Emily, but she'd shut me down. We've always been close. Stop being a perv. The more she dismissed me, the more it ate at me. Then one morning, it all blew up. I was making breakfast when Emily started showering. Michael burst out of his room, pounding on the bathroom door. I need to pee now," he groaned, clutching his stomach. "She just started. Give her a minute," I called from the kitchen. 2 minutes later, I set the table. No Michael. I checked his room, empty. My gut dropped. I marched to the bathroom. Michael, are you in there? Sorry, man. Couldn't wait, he called back. But don't worry, shower curtains closed. I'm not looking. I rattled the door locked. I banged twice. Jesus, what's your problem? Emily yelled. These two were trying to drive me insane. Ever since Michael moved in, Emily had always taken his side, spoiling him rotten. I'd heard of mama's boys, but now I learned a new term, sister's boy. After nearly 15 minutes, Michael finally emerged from the bathroom, looking absurdly relaxed as he stretched. Michael, don't you think that was too much? I snapped, my voice icy. He shrugged nonchalantly. Chill, man. We grew up together. We've seen each other naked since we were kids. Literally zero interest. I nearly choked on my own anger. Was he for real? But I had no comeback. The rage burned in my chest, making my heart pound. I wanted to punch him so bad, but he was taller, bulkier. I'd lose that fight. Worse, he was Emily's brother. Starting a fight would put her in the middle. So I bit my tongue and swallowed the fury. Moments later, Emily stepped out wrapped in a towel, her face flushed, practically fleeing to the bedroom. I followed. Your brother is out of line. He can't just barge in while you're showering. She hugged me, rubbing my back. Babe, relax. Everyone has emergencies. I'll chew him out, I promise. No more. Now go eat. Let me get dressed. I was too pissed to eat. You get dressed. I'm not hungry. She frowned briefly, then turned away to dress. I watched, throat parched, already on edge from anger, now tortured by temptation. I hugged her from behind. Michael's right outside. Not now, she hissed, squirming away. Normally, she'd turn and kiss me back. But today, she jerked free like I'd scared her, fumbling to put on her bra with her back to me. Weird. She'd always dressed openly before, even teased me, like what you see, baby? Asterisk. Now she was rattled, totally unlike herself. Michael was in the living room, but the door was shut, he couldn't see us. So why the panic? I left for work without a word, seething. All day, I couldn't focus. Jake smirked. Late nights, burning the candle, huh? I forced a laugh, silent. Since Michael arrived, Emily and I hadn't even had alone time asterisk, let alone sex. The thought made me crazy. Tonight, I decided I'd claim my girlfriend back. I raced home. Emily wasn't back yet. Michael was gaming, feet up on the couch. Hey man, he called. I grunted in reply. An hour later, Emily walked in. I'd ordered dinner. Asterisk, no asterisk spicy Sichuan dishes, just grilled chicken and steamed veggies. Michael stared at the table. Seriously? Where's the heat? This is boring. Light food is better for your stomach, I snapped, shoving broccoli into my mouth. Emily elbowed me, but I ignored her. Michael pouted at Emily like a toddler. Disgusting. I barely choked down my food, then retreated to the bedroom. Of course, they glued themselves to the couch, laughing at some movie. At 9 p.m., I heard them discussing the next film. Michael, how about a horror movie? Emily, you know I hate those. Michael, relax, I'll protect you. These muscles don't just look good. Emily, lowering her voice, keep it down, he might. I couldn't hear the rest. I knew why guys suggest horror movies, an excuse to cuddle. I'd done it with Emily when we first started dating. But they were supposed to be sibling star. I'd had enough. I stormed out. Emily, we need to talk. She stayed put, leaning on his shoulder. What's up? I grabbed her arm and pulled her into the bedroom. Ow! You're hurting me. Asterisk, I'm asterisk hurting? Try being the third wheel in your own home. I shouted. You two are so close. People probably think you're dating. Maybe you should just share a bed. Seeing I was dead serious, she switched to her soft routine. She knew it worked on me. She hugged me, kissing my neck. Baby, I'm sorry. No more movie nights with him. Just us, I promise. As she kissed me passionately, my anger faded. I kissed back, reaching for her shirt. She stopped me. Is the door locked? Yeah, why? Turn off the lights first. Since when are you shy about lights? Just do it. I'm embarrassed. I studied her. She'd never been shy before. Why the change now? When I didn't move, she sighed and killed the lights herself, then pulled me onto the bed. She pushed me away when I didn't move to turn off the lights, did it herself, then pulled me into a kiss and rolled us onto the bed. After a long drought, finally some rain, you know the drill. Outside, the TV blared at full volume. The next morning, I woke early, gazing at the beautiful woman beside me. For a moment, I felt happy. Then I remembered her insistence on turning off the lights last night. Why the darkness? Was she hiding something from me? My stomach twisted. I tiptoed out of bed and cranked the AC to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 28 degrees Celsius. Sure enough, Emily soon tossed and turned, kicking the sheets off. She wore a thin, low-cut nightgown. From behind, her skin looked flawless, but when I stepped around to face her, I froze. There, on her chest, was a deep purple hickey. My mouth went dry, cold sweat breaking out. No way, I hadn't kissed her there last night, couldn't have. Then I remembered her flustered behavior that morning, dressing with her back to me. This mark wasn't mine. It was Michael's. I wasn't just cheated on, I was a goddamn joke. They'd been screwing in my bathroom in my apartment while I was home star. The room spun. I felt physically sick, fighting to stay on my feet. All their sibling bonding, the hugs, the late-night talks, I'd thought it was just close family. But this was depraved. I couldn't bear to imagine how many times they'd done this while I was at work or asleep. And I'd been feeding them, housing them like a fool. They'd probably laughed at me behind my back. Looking at Emily sleeping peacefully, I wanted to shake her awake and scream. But I took deep breaths, forcing calm. I was still debating how to confront them when Emily stirred. Baby, why are you standing there? It's so hot, she mumbled, rubbing her eyes. I stared at her, pointing to the hickey. Her eyes flickered with panic, but she batted her lashes. You're so rough sometimes. I nearly vomited. Liar, I said. Did I do that? Who else? My legs are still sore. I laughed bitterly. Emily had a future in Hollywood. Her acting was flawless. I'd planned to explode, but instead, I smiled. Fine. If they wanted to play games, I'd play too. They'd pay. After the hickey incident, they grew cautious. In front of me, they pretended to keep distance, no more hugs. No late-night couch cuddles. But when I was out, I knew they went back to their sick routine. I worked late every night, anything to avoid seeing them. Just looking at them made me nauseous. I spent days plotting how to catch them red-handed. Jake noticed my distraction. Dude, you've been off lately. Grab a drink tonight. Drinks? That's when the plan hit me. Alcohol could be a weapon for real drunk or fake. I'd need Jake's help. Jake, I'm being cheated on. I need your help. He froze. I told him everything. He stared, asking if I was pranking him. Do I look like I'm joking about a giant fucking green hat? He sighed. So what's the play? Company party in 2 days. You round up our guys, tell them to pour drinks on me. I'll pretend to black out. Get Emily and Michael tipsy but not wasted. When they bring me home, they'll let their guard down. Jake grinned. Brutal. Want me to wait outside? Not yet. Too easy to confront them now. This is just step 1. That night, we ironed out the details. 2 nights later, Saturday, I led Emily and Michael into a karaoke room we'd booked. Colleagues were already there, drinks flowing. Meet my girlfriend, Emily, I said, forcing a smile as I draped an arm around her. The team whistled. Damn, she's stunning. Boss is showing off. Single guys take notes. This is how it's done. I smiled through it, seething inside. Everyone knew the plan. Jake started the toast, and the drinks came fast. I knocked back 2 beers, then switched to water, chugging it like liquor. Emily saw the chaos, pretending to care. Stop pouring on him. He'll get sick. Jake shrugged. It's a party. Why not let you take a few shots for him, babe? The group cheered. She had no choice but to drink. Michael got his share too. An hour in, they'd each downed 4 beers, tipsy, but coherent. Me? 8 glasses of water later, I flopped on the couch, unconscious. Gonna get him home, Jake announced. He and Michael hauled me out of the karaoke bar. 30 minutes later, we arrived at my apartment. Jake dumped me on the bed, panting. He's all yours. I'm out. Emily nodded. Drive safe. Now I lay in the dark, waiting. This was just the beginning. The siblings started talking. Michael, this guy's a deadweight. So fucking heavy, I'm sweating. I'm gonna shower. Wanna join? Emily, join? What if he wakes up? Just go. Michael, he's passed out cold, he'll sleep till morning. Relax. Emily, fine, just go. I need a minute. Michael, hey, alright. Gonna get cleaned up, tonight's gonna be fun. Disgusting. I'd expected this, but hearing it made my blood boil, hands shaking. The night dragged on. Emily entered the bedroom, calling my name, shaking me. Satisfied I was out cold, she sauntered into the living room. Minutes later, Michael emerged from the bathroom. Looking hot, he purred. Emily, chill. Let me shower first, wait in your room. Michael, my room's boring. Your room's way more exciting. Emily, last time almost got us caught. No games, or I'm sleeping alone. Michael, okay, fine, living room then. She didn't argue. Their filthy conversation made my chest tight. I wanted to storm out and throw them out. But I stayed calm. Evidence first. Asterisk. I blocked out memories of Emily, focusing on cutting her out of my life. Women take forever in the shower. Michael kept whining about the wait. I was desperate too, but not for their show. My bladder felt like it would explode. I couldn't use the bathroom, so I held it. Finally, Emily emerged. Here I come. Michael whooped. Why is this happening to me? I thought. Their moans filled the living room. I shut my eyes, blanking out, mostly because I was curled up in pain, focusing on not peeing myself. I lost track of time. When the noise stopped, I crept to the door. The living room lights were off. They must have passed out. My phone read 2 a.m., 2 hours since we got home. I couldn't wait any longer. I bolted to the bathroom. 3 minutes later, I stepped out. That's when I saw them, naked, tangled on the couch. Scumbags. I should have been furious, but I felt numb, done with Emily. Just sad I'd been betrayed. Shaking it off, I tiptoed over, silenced my phone, and took 2 photos. Any more would have made me vomit. Then I grabbed the mini voice recorders I'd planted earlier. Mission accomplished. I woke at 7 a.m. Emily was back in bed, head on my shoulder. Normally, I'd kiss her forehead, pull her close. Instead, I shoved her away and got up. She stirred. Babe, why so early? Headache, I lied. After showering, I went to work. Jake cornered me. Did it work? Get the recordings. Photos too. They did it on the couch. What's next? Her birthday's coming. Gonna throw her a party she'll never forget. Jake grinned, knowing exactly what I meant. Plan. Invite her friends and colleagues, then screen the evidence. I couldn't wait to end this. That night, I was about to suggest the party when Emily dropped a bombshell. My parents are visiting next week for my birthday. They want to meet you. Your parents, asterisk? We'd only been together 2 months. This was too soon. But then I thought, perfect. They probably don't know about Michael, asterisk. Do they know we live together? I asked. Yeah, they're cool with it. Don't stress, they're nice. Okay. I'll book a nice hotel. She kissed me. We smiled fake smiles, each plotting. A week later, the day of the visit arrived. I offered to pick them up, but Emily said she and Michael would handle it. I went to the hotel instead, a private room with a projector. Jake had set up the equipment, loaded with photos and recordings. When I arrived, he was smoking outside. Ready? He asked. Just give the signal and hit play. At 7:30 p.m., Emily walked in with her parents. She introduced us. They seemed nice, too bad their kids were liars. I escorted them to the private dining room, pretending everything was fine. Her parents looked friendly, mid-50s, approachable. Too bad they raised such a messed up pair. I almost felt sorry for them. I wasn't ready to confront them yet. I wanted to chat first, dig into this sibling dynamic. Dinner arrived. After 2 beers with her dad, I was about to ask about Michael when he said, "How long have you and Emily been together, Greg?" "Almost 4 months. That's not short. You get along okay?" "Great. Emily's a wonderful girl." Liar. Asterisk, my face didn't twitch. "You're not getting younger. When's the wedding?" I stared, confused. Not in a hurry, sir. Let's take it slow." Her mom cut in. "You young people have no commitment. Dating 3 or 5 years without marrying, what's the point?" Her dad. "If it's right, why wait? Marry young, have kids. We can help raise them." This was moving too fast. Were they here to speed date asterisk me? I glanced at Emily. She forced a smile. "Mom, Dad, his career's taking off." Chill. "Mom, career and family can coexist." "Dad, you own a place, Greg?" "Yeah, a small condo, 700 square feet. Small for a family. After kids, you'll need space." "Mom, why not pull money for a bigger place?" Both families contribute. Something felt off. Emily was 24, for years younger than me. Why the rush? And why offer to help buy a home? From what I knew, her dad was a factory worker, her mom unemployed. They couldn't afford much. I'd end up paying most, with both our names on the deed. Was this a setup from the start? I made excuses to use the restroom. Jake was waiting in the lobby. "Ready to drop the footage?" he asked. "Not yet." I told him about the marriage pressure. He frowned. "You've known each other 6 months. Normal parents wouldn't push this hard." Right? And they want to help buy a house. Mentioning the condo, I realized their generosity was a trap. Most costs would fall on me. Jake snapped me out of it. "You spaced out." "What's the plan?" "Postpone today's move. We'll talk tonight." Back at the table, her parents kept pushing marriage, deepening my suspicions. After dinner, they stayed at the hotel. Emily, Michael, and I headed home. In bed, I asked Emily, "Your parents really want to help buy a house?" "They said so." "How much can they contribute?" She shrugged. "We're not rich. With Michael still single, maybe $40,000 max." "You complaining?" No. Guys should buy the house anyway. My parents said, dowry. Doesn't matter, they'll waive it." "Sure, so I can pay for everything." As I drifted off, I replayed the dinner. They'd only talked to Buddhist asterisk, no questions about Emily's job, her life. Just marriage and money. And their accents, Emily and Michael, slipped into dialect sometimes, but with parents, it was perfect, forced English. Wait a minute. I messaged Jake, asking him to tell her parents the next day. The next day, I played tour guide, shopping, meals, tourist spots. I swiped my card nonstop, dropping nearly $1,500. They grinned like kids at a carnival. Just wait. Asterisk. Third morning, we dropped them at the train station. Watching Emily fake tears, I nearly laughed. Unbeknownst to her, Jake was waiting inside. At home, my phone pinged. Jake's text. "You were right." They went in, then left immediately. Asterisk. Me and Jake. We stopped them, threatened to call the cops for fraud. They spilled paid $800 to pretend as parents. All the marriage and condo talk was scripted. Asterisk. I clenched my teeth, though I'd suspected it. Jake, they'll help set up a trap. Want to confront them tonight? Asterisk. This was straight out of a trashy movie. I couldn't stand looking at them another minute. Enough games, I texted Jake. Get their location. I'm ending this. When I met the actors, they apologized nonstop, bowing. Save it, I said. Help me stage one last scene, and I'll let it go. They nodded eagerly, professional even now. I texted Emily, out of town for work. Don't wait up. Asterisk. She whined about always working, so lonely at night. Star. Asterisk lonely? With Michael's arms around you, I bet. Asterisk. Are Michael's muscular arms not comfortable enough? I replied, work demands, you know. It's just a one-day trip. I'll be back tomorrow night. Everything was set for the final act. At midnight, Jake and I parked downstairs. The living room light was still on. Let's go, I said. Emily's parents, the actors, followed me up. Standing at the door, I called Emily. She answered, cooing, "Miss me already, baby?" "Yeah. What are you doing?" "Just lying in bed, about to sleep." "Oh, really?" "Uh-huh. Why do you sound weird?" "Nothing. Go to sleep." I hung up, jammed the key in the lock, and flung the door open. Emily screamed, scrambling to cover herself, naked. Michael froze, grabbing a pillow to hide himself. This was their reality when I was gone, the apartment trashed, takeout containers, and half a bottle of wine on the table. Celebrating early, huh? We locked eyes. I nodded at the actors. Her mom stormed over, screaming, "You disgusting animals. No shame, no morals. How will you face people?" Her dad spat at Michael. "Siblings? You're worse than animals. Trying to kill me." He clutched his chest, fake coughing. I nearly applauded. Their acting was Oscar-worthy. Jake and I stood by, suppressing laughter. "Kneel." "Apologize." The actors improvised. This wasn't scripted, but perfection. Star. Michael snapped, lunging at me. Emily held him back. "I'm sorry. I'll move out, okay?" she cried. "An apology fixes this?" I sneered. "Name your price." I had questions. "I don't get it. Why hook up with your brother in my home? If you cheated with someone else, fine. But him? Emily, he's not my brother. He's my ex. Asterisk X asterisk? Turns out, they dated before she met me. When she dumped him for my money, he tracked her down, blackmailed her with her cheating past, and they rekindled. For thrill, he posed as her brother. The parents? Paid actors, hired to pressure me into marriage and a joint condo. She begged me not to expose them, offering compensation. I listed the costs. 2 months' rent, $700. Meals/trips, $1,500. Actor parents' expenses, $1,500. Michael's room and board, $700. Total $4,400. Venmo or Zelle? I held up my phone. She tearfully transferred the money. That night, they left. Jake asked, "That's it? No more payback?" I smirked. A month later, I sent the evidence to Emily's airline. She bombarded me with furious texts. "You'll regret this." I replied, sipping 15-year Macallan on my new couch, "Quiet down or I'll call the cops for harassment." Attaching photos of my 1,300 square foot condo with floor-to-ceiling windows, I added, "New place. Nice view, huh?" Before she could reply, I blocked her. Cheers to new beginnings and good riddance. End.